All right, here we go. It's Eating with Sasquatch. I am the Sasquatch, and today, somebody's trying to kill me. This thing's huge. So this pepper here, ungodly, beastly tennis ball thing in my face, is called a Contorted Coco. This is from my friend at Monster Peppers. He's trying to kill me. This pepper is no joke. Obviously, it is a chocolate pod. They're calling it a Coco, I guess. Contoured Coco. Obviously, very contoured. Contoured. Can't talk. Very contoured. I do not know the cross. From what I understand, this pepper is not finished as far as that goes. I believe he said that he is getting pods anywhere from 22 to 28 grams. I can attest to that. I have two pods here. One of them is 26 and one of them is 28. I actually had just texted him and was talking to him, and the pod is not bad, but there's a little spot on this one, the 28 grammer, that I would have to cut out, and I know he wants me to eat the whole thing, so I don't know. I may do that. I may cut this open and take a look. The only reason this has even got a little bit of rot right there, what happens is these pods are so huge, and I've dealt with this on my pods that I've grown. When your pod gets this big, what happens is it starts to kind of like do what's called corking, and you'll see these like little brown kind of cork looking lines on there. And as it tries to expand after it starts to cork, it actually cracks and it busts. So that right there was a stress point where it had fractured, and basically just being exposed to the air. I had just checked these peppers last night, so maybe a full 24 hours ago, and they were okay. So this little spot right here just has kind of developed. And it's one of those things that, you know, it's a fruit. So I mean, you put a crack in a fruit and it's gonna start to do things. But honestly, this thing is really solid. Same with this one. And there's a little maybe wormhole on this one right here, if you can see that. I'll definitely have to check that out depending on which one I eat. I'll probably cut both of these open just to see. There's no way I can eat both of these suckers. I will definitely eat one of them. I will try my best to get it down. Me and chocolate pods do not get along, but because usually these are really floral. But anyways, before I get into all that, do me a favor, go check out Monster Peppers on Instagram. I believe it's just at Monster Peppers. I'll put a link in the description to that. You can see some of the crazy stuff this guy's doing. And I believe you can also follow him on Facebook as well. Got a little paper here from him, you know, hey Squatch, hope you enjoy the pods. Sorry about the size. I still think they can get bigger. After they start to cork, the skin explodes. So exactly what I was talking about right there. 22 to 28 grams. Leave nothing behind. Eat them whole. He's trying to kill me. So I will definitely try to do that. But we'll see. I honestly... Please give a shout out to Monster Pepper's Instagram. Yes, absolutely. Go check that out. Seriously, if you are any kind of pepper connoisseur, go check that out and see what he is doing over there. It is unbelievable, the size and the beauty that he is getting out of these pods. Like, there's some monsters for real. Like, this dude he's not even satisfied with these big monsters. And this is like a small apple. I mean, it's no joke. That is a small apple. Seeds will be available in 2020. However, the Kickstarter is in the works for early access to help start pepper growing business in New York. So, and that's another thing too. I had a chance to meet him while I was in New York, and I'm actually very upset about that because I really wanted to catch up with him. I had a chance to meet him. I got there and on a Friday, and then Saturday was just, we'd never been to New York, all my friends and I my friends and I had never been to New York, so we used it as a sightseeing day, and just really kind of enjoyed the city. I mean, it was one of those things, you don't get to go to New York City every day, so we wanted to have a day before the Reaper contest, which was on the Sunday, that we could just kind of go and just experience New York. And we did, and we had a good time. I was sick most of the time, dealing with a sinus infection and whatnot, but whatchamacallit, it was like right before the whole started on Saturday, right before the expo, the hot sauce expo. Stupid little fly. Sorry. I gotta have the windows open. It's so hot out here right now that little bugs come in. But anyways, so right before the expo started, he's like, "Hey man, you gonna be here today? I want to meet up with you." Well, unfortunately, I'm like, "Not today, man." He's like, "Dang, I'm only gonna be here Saturday." Man, I feel terrible. So hopefully I'll be going in April this next coming year, and in 2019, and hopefully we will meet up then. Definitely want to catch up with the guy. I mean, these are insane. And he does some awesome artwork too. Actually, you might be able to find it on his Instagram. If not on his, you can find it on mine at eatingwithsasquatch on Instagram. He drew a picture for me. And I'm telling you, it looks like me. It's so cool. Like, I mean, it's me with my glasses on, which I don't usually wear my glasses for my review, but really cool. So anyways, enough stalling. I don't know which one I'm going to cut open. This is the bigger one, so I'll cut it open and see if I can just cut this little. I'm going to go ahead and cut this little fraction of stuff out. And I mean, I really hate to even do that right now, because I know he wants me to eat this thing whole. But this is a 28-gram pod, and I'm not joking. I weighed it out, and I was like, oh my God, this thing is huge. Well, that cut out pretty easy. So, I mean, I don't feel like there's anything. Like I said, this literally just started. So I don't feel like there's any reason why I shouldn't be able to do this one. Although I think I see a little bit of I don't know. Maybe I was going to say I see maybe a brown seed behind there, but I don't know. Definitely the skin tissue around it is still nice and firm. So where I cut out, I think should be good. I'm going to go ahead and do the bigger one, because I know he wants me to do the bigger one. Oh my God, you hear that cutting? God, I've cut steaks that had more give to them. Alrighty. Well, crap. I know he doesn't want me to save seeds or anything like that, but there's like brown in there on the seeds. I don't know what to do. I am at a real big dilemma right here. You know what? I'm going to set this to the side. I really don't want to do this. I trust me, I will not save seeds. I do grow a couple things, but I will never, ever, 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 ever grow something like this. This is something that he is actually trying to grow out. I'm going to cut this right by the spot that looks kind of rough on it. Hopefully this one looks good inside. Okay, this one's beautiful inside. This one is beautiful inside. So you can see here, much better on the inside. I guess just the air getting into that one caused some issues there, and I am so sorry for that. Monster Peppers did not mean to let that happen. That was totally, even when I talked to him last, I honestly didn't know that had happened to that pepper. I was like, yeah, I'm getting ready to go out and do a review right now, so I'm going to cut this little tiny spot right here just because it looks kind of like maybe something tried to get in there. Really, there's no reason to do that, but other than I'm just a freak like that. Let me make sure there's no, I like to check and make sure there's no, cobwebs or anything growing, because honestly, when you have a contorted pepper like this, a lot of times you'll get little cobwebs and things kind of hidden in the, put the stem down, in the crevices and whatnot. And actually, I think this one, when I had went to wash it off, had some cobwebs in the crevices. So anyways, I really feel bad that I can't eat that one, because that one was the bigger one. The placenta is actually a little meaner looking in this one, I think. If you look in there. It smells really earthy, which is weird. It doesn't smell like a super hot, which I'm sure that is a deceiving thing. Like, I'm sure this is going to be something I'm going to have regret doing. And then I'm touching my face, of course. It does seem very oily in there. Oop. Oh, chunk of something came out of there. It does seem very oily in there. I don't know. I'm actually a little scared of this pepper. I mean, just the sheer size of it. I mean, it's. I believe this one was 26 grams, if I remember correctly. I could probably throw it on the thing, and now that I've cut the stem off and everything, it's probably not much shy of that. I'm going to go ahead and do that just for the sake of it, and to stall a little bit. It says it's 24 right now. There's no way that stem weighed 2 grams. And I didn't cut that much out of it, so maybe it was 25. I don't know. I seem to remember it being 26, but it could, I guess maybe it was 25. I don't know. Still, huge pod. Huge pod. Anything over 15 grams is huge. Whether he will admit it or not. I mean, he wants 30-gram pods, I think, or more. I mean, he'll probably never be satisfied. But this is... I've eaten bell peppers that are not much bigger than this, so... Enough of stalling. I actually got the puke bucket at the ready. I cannot promise 100% that I will be able to chew this and swallow this and get this down. I will definitely, if I know I'm not going to get it down, I will chew on it extra long to get the full burn effect and as much flavor effect as I can. I have a drink on standby. Not joking. I have a feeling this thing is going to be really, really hot. I just did a pepper review not too long ago. Like literally a half hour ago maybe. That was a little hotter than I expected, but I've come completely down from that now, so boy oh boy oh boy. This, I don't even know how to approach this. This is like a 2-bite pepper, but I kind of want to do it all in one bite. I don't want to have to try to get more down after I get it going, so I'm probably going to do it all in one bite. God, that thing's huge. That's as big as my mouth. That's as big as my entire mouth. Really. These are the days that I question why I do this. This is so big. So, yeah, enough stalling. This is probably like a 15-minute long video as is. Time to get psyched. Time to get going. Did I mention hit the subscribe button? Yeah, hit the notification bell too. Get notified when I upload live videos and new videos and all that. Oh my God. 3, 2, 1. So when you heard me kind of snort there, kind of cough, I snorted some of that up into my sinuses. That was not pleasant. That was not nearly as floral as I expected. That actually was probably one of the best chocolate pods I've ever tasted. No joke. The flavor was tremendous. The heat, it's kicked in my nose really bad because I choked some of it up into my nose. But it's building right now. That was a really tasty pod. Not very floral at all. The hugeness of it, seriously, the size of it was actually, it actually gagged me a little bit because there was so much. I was trying to swallow it down. And, man, this is really messing with me. The size, actually, seriously. I was trying to swallow it down, and there was just so much pepper that it didn't want to go down my throat. It was like too much. Heat-wise, we're at about I'll call it a 4 right now, but it's building. The nose is about a 6. I mean, seriously, I got tears coming out of my eyes, but it's mainly just because I seriously, I choked it up into my nose. Like a hunk of it went up in behind that little flap. I did not feel good. I've never had that happen before. Half tempted to see some pepper debris in here. We've got what looks like a little mosquito has joined the party. I have to have the window open. Honestly, it's so hot in here. And I can't run my AC right now. It's just a small little building outside of my house, so it's where I run my studio at. So it's just easier than having little kids run around and all that stuff. Well, I think we're to 5. That was a darn delicious pepper. I'm not even joking. That was a really good pepper. Very, very, very juicy pepper. Probably one of the juiciest peppers I've ever had. To my knowledge, yeah, probably the juiciest pepper I've ever had. The heat's still climbing. We've not peaked yet. It's really starting to get the tongue. I don't feel anything in the whiskey chest or in the stomach, which is good. My nose is still on fire because of that. I really hate that happened because I feel like it's giving me a false reading of what this thing is. Because, you know, you have that kind of pain from getting oil up inside your nasal cavity, which I'm not used to. We're definitely as hot as a ghost pepper right now. I'll give it that 100%. As I'm breathing, I'm definitely feeling the heat kind of radiating. Really good pepper though, man. Monster peppers, you guys, seriously. That is a good pepper. That is the best. That is the, hands down, the best chocolate pod I've ever had. Cocoa pod, whatever you want to call it. Brown pod. Oop, throwing it around now. Brown pod. That is the best. Very earthy. There's a little hint of a sweetness to it when you first get into it because it's so juicy. But it's a very earthy pod. Like, there's really almost no floral. Almost none. I mean, there was a tiny, tiny fraction of floral. I wouldn't call it any fruity either. Just a nice earthy. That was good. That was good. Really, really, really like that. I'm really impressed. Like, I never thought there would be a chocolate pod that I actually enjoyed. I enjoyed that. It's, you know, one of my favorite pepper in the world is the ghost pepper. Like, if you guys watch my videos, my favorite pepper to eat is the ghost pepper. Wow, man, nice tongue burn too. It's encompassed my whole tongue. It's kind of in the roof of the mouth, a little bit under the tongue. Nothing. Well, I guess there's a hint back in the throat. Not much. I guess there's a hint back there. The nose burn has finally started to go away. That's good. I think we peaked. We peaked at a 5. So it's not the most hot pepper in the world, but that's okay. The size of this thing is just ginormous, you know. So very cool. honestly, I would rather have a good flavored pod like this. The fact that a chocolate pod tastes so good is amazing to me. I would rather have a good flavored pod that has really decent heat than have something that's, you know, over the top hot and tastes like eating a bag of flowers or pouring your grandma's perfume in your mouth. Yeah. That was a good pod. Like, honestly, I know you guys saw me gag or whatever, but I'm telling you, that was just from the sheer size. You saw, like, I put that thing in my mouth, and it's so freaking big. It's bigger than my mouth. I honestly couldn't even fit the whole thing in my mouth. I had to chew it some just to get it all in there. Huge pepper. So, and obviously he's not satisfied with that, and I think he's basically saying he'll have seeds available in 2 years. I think he's wanting to do one more season of grow, probably just to stabilize, because I think I have another version of his Contorted Coco that's actually a red offshot, so I don't know if that's just a variant that he had got a few phenos or a few F-types, whatever, back. But yeah, so he's growing that out as well. I'll do a review on that as well. But yeah, this is an interesting pepper. The walls on this are pretty thick. They're not quite as thick as a jalapeno, but definitely containing a lot of good flavor. Man, I really wish this other one wasn't bad. I honestly, sorry, I know cleaning my nose out's bad like that, but better than seeing some boogers hanging out my nose. But I think I would have probably ate both of these had it not been for this. And I am so sorry. And trust me, I don't consider these seeds viable. Well, there might be some in there, but I'll make sure and let Monster Peppers see me dispose of this so that he knows that I'm not taking seeds out of this. Because I know when you're this close to being at that level, how important it is that these seeds do not get out to anybody. So I'll make sure that this is, you know, really well taken care of for him, that he knows that I'm not taking any seeds of this. I have no interest in trying to do anything like that. Go Buckeyes. Sorry, I just happened to grab that. But yeah, I mean, I can't eat that, and I'm sorry. It's one of those things that I didn't know. All it was one little crack in the pepper, and get some air to it, and there you go. So, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. Sorry this video ran so long, but I really think this pepper definitely deserves some attention, and a lot of attention. This was a fantastic pepper. I was so terrified of this pepper, and I think for no reason. This is a really good pepper. So, Monster Peppers, I don't do that very often. That is a good pepper. Seriously, best brown pod flavor I've ever had in my life. Best chocolate, cocoa, whatever you want to call it, caramel, whatever. You know, anything in the brown family of peppers, that's the best flavor I've ever had. The heat, very respectable, not over the top. I wouldn't classify it as that super blow your head off hot, but it's hot enough to, if somebody were to use that in a sauce, it would absolutely do a very good job for somebody. So, and the size of those things is just amazing. I mean, this to me is a pepper you could literally slice up and eat with your food. Very good. So, that being said, till next time, eat like a squatch.